everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. We're going to do a daily run today. It's been a couple of days. We did the last one on the NLSS, and I totally fucked it up. But it was a lost run, and then I got Epic Fetus and Holy Mantle because you start with it, and then I re-rolled them just to be fun, and I died. Nick was right there with me. Not a fantastic performance, I'm willing to admit, but you can go back and watch that on Monday, the March 28th NLSS if you want to. Today's goes to the Cathedral as Judas. Let's hope we're feeling good, feeling loose, feeling groovy. There's no seed. I always think there's going to be a seed. There's no seed. So yeah, some dailies are going to be done on the NLSS. Some dailies are going to be done, I mean, irregularly on the NLSS, which means not regularly. But I figured, like, at that point, I hadn't done the daily that day, and it seemed like a good opportunity to get some stuff going on the show. I hate this. Yeah, good start. A little scary, not gonna lie. I mean, the fact that there were barrels there that we could actually move away from was quite nice. But apart from that, I was shitting my pants a little bit. Now, I am a little bit of an idiot. Can someone tell me why? Questions from the class? Answers from the class, I mean. Questions from, I don't want to say I'm the teacher, I'm just the one asking the question here. The answer was because I didn't pick up that red heart back there before I went into that room. And if there was a champion, like there is on this room, that could have totally screwed us. But as of right now, it seems like we're totally fine here. Both Europa and Aluk did not have scores today. So we'll see how this daily actually works. That means I have basically no perception of what this daily is going to be like today. It could be a 50,000 point Mega Satan daily. It could be a run that gets really, really fucking hard at some point. I have essentially no idea. But golden bombs on the first floor are, you know, pretty much as close to an ideal as you can get there. I think that we will, we'll definitely go back and blow up this tinted rock. And while we're waiting for it to go off, which actually just happened, we should blow up some more stuff. It's very disappointing. A golden chest does basically nothing for me here. Well, we shouldn't be too despondent yet. You know, I'm picking up good vibrations. She's giving me some constellation. That's not how that song goes. That'd be pretty sweet, though, if she was. Do you think we're going to go to our golden chest and open that up? I am going to say that yes, we are. And I know that might sound ridiculous, but I think it might be one opportunity for us to find a seam that maybe otherwise would be inaccessible. Let's take a look. Okay, Infamy is really good. Is it worth missing our item room on the next floor? Hopefully we don't have to find out, but I will say that I don't mind picking this up early. The big haul on this floor so far is the extra HP. You know, the black heart is nice, so we have a good chance of getting a deal with the devil regardless, but the extra HP from Odd Mushroom means that we can actually take anything that we get from our next deal with the devil without dying, although we did just get a luck upgrade and extra HP on top of that from Magic Scab. But either way, we're leaving that floor feeling pretty good about where we are as Judas. I just wonder when the other shoe's gonna drop here. When the other foot's gonna drop? When the shoe's gonna drop on the other foot? This is another idiom I don't understand. Now the shoe's on the other foot. What is that supposed to mean? That's supposed to mean, like, now you understand, you know, the tables have turned. I sort of understand the tables turning, but when the shoe's on the other foot, it just wouldn't fit very comfortably. Is that supposed to be the essence of that idiom? How do you like it? You got a left shoe on your right foot. Probably doesn't feel like you got your shoes on the right feet, does it? It doesn't tell me anything. Okay. Pin will be dead in, like, one series of blasts here. We're going to see what our deal with the devil looks like. Latchkey is fine and also allows us to go to our, extra shops here. Oh, is this where it goes off the rails? Not extra shops. Oh yeah, I mean shop and item room is what I meant there. I did take the shovel. And you're gonna say, why would you take the shovel? You already had Book of Belial. Book of Belial's great. And the shovel doesn't do much for you on a daily that goes to the cathedral anyway. And in response to your question, I would have another question for you, and that's, don't you know that I didn't think about that before I acted? I have a long-standing, you know, firmware in my brain that says if you ever see the shovel on a daily, pick it up and gloat about how you just found a seam. It may not be relevant for us here. That being said, it's not necessarily a terrible pickup either. The shovel is something that could give us crawl spaces, could give us black markets, and you know, find its own merit in that fashion. I am sort of doubtful that we will, but there's a chance. And also, it does speed us up a little bit. Okay. I don't really want Book of Belial. I really want to go for the shovel here. Let's get a little weird with it. Little Brim was an obvious pickup. If we can find our second secret room, this Hematemesis pill could be great. Little Brim was an obvious pickup that's really good. But, it is fair to say that it probably was not the consensus right decision to take the shovel here, but I don't give a damn. Please, please, please. Okay, no Hematemesis value for us there. Maybe next floor. Maybe next floor. I am going to sacrifice a Spirit Heart to come in here, and we got 2 bombs out of it, which is horrible, but we did get some money back from Swallowed Penny. And you know what? Because we're not worried about getting an arcade on this floor, I will come in here and I'll just buy a... Ha! Okay, we'll buy a Box of Friends. We're going way off the rails here, but... Box of Friends Little Brim is really good from a damage perspective, and also so much better for boss rush. Like, really, really good for boss rush. What I was saying was that the shovel actually does make the run faster for us, because instead of backtracking, we just pop a shovel charge and go down to the next floor wherever we stand, but, now we don't have access to that. Instead, we got Double Little Brim, which is still, well, Double Little Brim occasionally, which is still good. In fact, it's better than the shovel, which is why I took it to begin with, but... It makes the shovel pickup kind of a waste, but HP-wise, we should be okay. But I guess the problem would be, you know, we've gotten a relatively high amount of HP so far. If we don't get HP in the future to the same kind of rate, we might find ourselves in a little bit of trouble here. So, well, it's certainly an interesting run. It doesn't look like a Judas run that much anymore, except for the Telltale Hat, which of course is... the best hat-related parody of an Edgar Allan Poe vignette. I don't think X-Ray Vision's good enough. I'll spend some money to reroll it. I don't think the fly's good enough. I don't think the stats reroll is very good at all. Except when it is. And the soul is pretty fantastic and also keeps our HP high. Really good against Hush, which is something that we probably want to do on this run if we're going to have a chance at really getting those high leaderboard scores. I feel like we're probably in uncharted territory as far as this daily goes as well. I imagine that not a whole hell of a lot of people are going to have the same kind of permutation of items that we have right now. Thank you, I think, Dry Baby for blocking that shot. Got maybe 2 of these guys left. Hopefully just this one. Okay. We still have shop. We still have... Well, the shop is not likely to be good, or good enough for us to purchase, financially speaking, for us. But we do have item room, and we have... no, we don't have item room. We do have boss room left. Hopefully we can snag a deal with the devil. I mean, that's kind of the untold story of the items that I've given up so far. By losing Book of Belial, I lost our 35% greater chance at a deal with the devil. That sucks. I would like to have not put ourselves in that situation, but it still could work out. I think this is worth using the Hanged Man here just to get a couple of extra consumables. We could have also used it to get like a single penny, but I don't think that was worth it. All right, okay. XL floor. So speed-wise, we should be in a good position, and actually the body pretty much completely compensates for the HP that I took on the last floor, or lost on the last floor. In fact, it might literally compensate for the HP that I lost on the last floor. Let's take this pill. I found pills. Not a problem, but not a solution to a problem either. Now we definitely want to do backtracking on this floor. I do want to be out by, well, I guess we want to be out by 13 minutes, so we have a lot of time in order to still be on pace for boss rush, but I do want to go back for the curse room. I might want to go back for the Hematemesis pill in case we can find the second secret room. I already used Hanged Man, so sure, why not? Alright, we get Little Chad, which can be doubled. Does doubling it give you any benefits? Well, maybe if it was gonna pay out anyway on that room, it'll pay out twice, but that's not really, you know, worth the cost of doing business here. But it is another familiar. Maybe it works towards conjoined, I have no idea. Maybe that's only familiars that shoot. Old Bandage. Old Bandage is also, I would say, pretty much totally acceptable. I guess if we're going to backtrack, we might as well backtrack through rooms we haven't done. That way we actually get the exploration bonus here, but We do want to make sure we're ahead of the pace for Boss Rush, because Boss Rush is going to be very easy for us to get done as long as we don't completely shit the bed on HP. 404. I don't know. Swallowed Penny is really good if we can actually get an arcade to drop. No, it's cool. I'll wait. Take your time. If you want to take 20 minutes to pop up and ruin my chance of boss rush, that's okay too. That was piss poor damage on my part, by the way. Really should not have been hit there, but life goes on. We may actually be able to make our shop worthwhile on this floor, especially because we haven't found it yet. If we're taking stock of this run right now, I really don't see how we lose before at least Mom's Heart. Like, this is looking like it's a pretty sweet setup right here. To be fair, there was a little bit of a fragile period. If we'd taken a little bit more damage before picking up those deals with the devil, it might look a little different right now. I don't know. We might not have had the nuts to take the shovel, but the shovel might have been the wrong decision to begin with. I don't know. Basically, I'm just flying by the seat of my pants right now. Let's go get Hematemesis. And what we're going to want to do here is find the second secret room. Maybe find the shop. I mean, there's no donation machine, of course, but finding the shop nonetheless would be potentially awesome, especially if we can get, like, Sackboy in it. Like, Sackboy, IV Bag, Bloody Penny is our setup now. Although with Old Bandage and Little Chad, we might not even need Bloody Penny to get maximum value out of it. 13 cents. I don't really want to shoot more poop, because it takes time. But we do have a little bit of time to spare. Could spend probably all of our bombs to get that chest out of there. I think that's a horrible idea, to put it quite frankly. Well, maybe the good news is that none of these really seem like they're worth a purchase right now. Remote Detonator is 5 bombs, but it's kind of non-urgent right now. We could buy something and still have enough money for an arcade to show up, but I don't think that that's actually going to be too relevant just yet. Please be a second secret room. Okay, we found it, and we did not get hearts, so I actually think that we probably just don't want to use Hematemesis here. I'll tell you what, though, I will take Pinky Eye. This room ended up being okay. Temperance. Okay, we'll go Buck Wild on Temperance here. Before we go Buck Wild on Temperance, we should go back and get our Swallowed Penny. And actually, this may be a good opportunity to use Hematemesis semi-effectively. Hoping for Blood Bag, honestly. IV Bag can show up, but maybe I'd rather wait for later. I mean, I actually do kind of like Box of Friends in our situation here. Man, so many luck upgrades, and yet we only got 1 red heart payout there. That's a little disappointing. We do have time, but I think I'm probably just gonna book it. I've missed Boss Rush or Hush by 10 seconds too many times to feel like we should just, you know, tempt fate there. Let's head down to the next floor. I think that went fine. We got a lot of points that otherwise, you know, if I hadn't found the secret room, would not have existed, so I don't mind at all. Okay, plenty of consumables, and it's always nice. Anytime you spend a key and get a key and something back, a key and a bomb, a key and a penny, a key and a peel, Akia Matata, such a wonderful phrase. Any of these permutations ends up being mathematically pretty solid for us. And actually, we're clearing out these rooms really quickly right now. Not quite as quick as if our little brims became real brims, but I can live with it regardless. I guess what I'm trying to come to terms with is, was it the right decision for us to get rid of not Satanic Bible, Book of Belial? And the answer is, I don't really know. But the more familiars we get, and the more good familiars we get in particular, the closer we inch towards it almost being an objective, yes. But admittedly, we'll never quite get there. You know, the limit does not exist, mathematically speaking. Some people will always prefer Book of Belial, and most of the time I would probably be one of those people. But if we could pick up, like, even a demon baby, a doubled demon baby, which is a surprisingly difficult sentence to say, and a horrible thing to order at a restaurant, is actually enough to swing me, I think, here. It fires fast enough, it targets enemies. I think it's liable to be pretty useful for us, but we have no idea if that's coming. And also, I have no idea if Conjoined is coming. If it is, I would I guess I would welcome it. Our rate of fire is kind of unfortunate right now, too. A tears upgrade would be nice. But at least we've gotten some damage upgrades. Well, at least we've gotten one damage upgrade, and then Little Brimstone. I guess the lower my damage is, the happier I am to have Box of Friends, so that we can actually compensate for it somewhat. Sagittarius is good, the speed upgrade is welcome, and the piercing shots make our limited numbers of tears go a little further, so I'm actually very happy to have this item, and very, very rarely will I be offended if you want to give me a piercing shot option. At this point, we don't want, you know, Cupid's arrow or something, because we already have one, but this is still really good. Jar of Flies is okay, but I'm going to pay 5 cents for strength, which I think is good for the Hush fight, perhaps? And apart from that, we're just going to save the rest of our money, because I got a spacebar item I'm already pleased with, you know? Sorry, I'm already spoken for. I don't think I'm going to use a bomb to get into our blue fires there either. Honestly, HP-wise, that was the thing that worried me most on this entire run, was that after that deal with the devil, and especially the shitty curse room, I was going to end up in a situation where our HP was just hot-ass garbage, but that has not happened. We're actually in an awesome position. Dagaz is okay. I was looking for something a little grander than that, you know, a Yera rune or something that really sells it for the future. I guess what we could do on this run is try to find a self-sacrifice room on the cathedral, and it's not necessarily any more likely to be there, but I gotta say it's actually a little worrying. What if Europa and Aluk found the self-sacrifice room on the cathedral, and that is what led to them getting a score of 0? Maybe their game crashed, as has happened to us on self-sacrifice rooms in the past. I don't know. I'm not gonna take the nail, but I will take my shadow. Even though I think it's bad, if it's ever gonna be good, it's probably when we have Box of Friends to not even back it up, but supplement it. Maybe, maybe not. We'll find out. I didn't really want to play this, but if you want to give me Skatol, I'd be okay. Kind of a busted-ass double key room. Whoop. Whoop. Okay, no problems there. Anytime I get through that room without getting hit, it's going to be a good day. This is like my least favorite kind of room to fight Wrath on, just because the shit takes 25 years to make sure that he's in a good enough position, or to wait for him to blow up his own cover. Like, why didn't you surround yourself with rocks that can't blow up, you dingo? It's like me building a house that, you know, gets destroyed when you sneeze. It's not realistic for that to have structural integrity in the event of me having the sniffles, you know? Why would a person that shoots bombs create rocks that explode when there's bombs nearby? Doesn't make any damn sense. We probably could have, if we'd really gunned for it, gotten that key without taking any extra damage, but we also definitely could have placed that bomb and gotten the stone chest opened up without wasting any extra bombs, but there is a little bit of, you know, take care of the pennies and the pounds take care of themselves kind of going on daily. And I've talked about how that phrase is bullshit. Take care of the pennies and the pounds will take care of themselves. Why don't you just take care of the pounds then? But what I actually mean is, you know what I actually mean is take care of the pounds and the pennies take care of themselves. Don't sweat the super small stuff on dailies, and instead just worry about the macro trends, and you'll usually have a pretty good chance. Like, if you live all the way through a daily, you're probably gonna be fine. So, the self-sacrifice room, I'm pretty sure, only becomes viable for us once we get to the cathedral. Otherwise, we're passing up too many future prospects in order to take it. No arcades, so we won't be going to our boss trap room, pardon me. Move along here. This room is still hot-ass horse garbage. There must be some kind of mechanic that I'm not aware of. Like, maybe they only activate when you push the button. The game's been out for like 5 months, or the expansion's been out for like 5 months, and that room still pisses me off. First mod I make an Afterbirth Plus. That room's gonna have a sign that explains what happens when you blah 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 blah. Go buy this, blow this up. You know what? Let's check this. I will use the Magician. Just pop it like right here. Might as well get our money's worth out of it, and we're definitely going to take the strength card moving forward. Feels like a second secret room. Second secret room contains... it's actually one of my favorite kinds of second secret rooms, even though I wanted a better opportunity to use hematemesis earlier. Yeah, I mean, consumable-wise, this is pretty good. Speed down is bad, but we did get a speed upgrade from the piercing shots last floor anyway. There's a tinted rock here. Small rock would be a really nice graduation present as we matriculate from this floor and move on into the second half of the game. Northernlion, did you just drop matriculate in a sentence? I try to on the regular, to be honest with you. Mostly because it makes me sound like a sassy bitch. Okay. Let's not use Box of Friends yet, because Cube of Meat is really our best weapon against Mom anyway, and doubling it just creates a second level Cube of Meat, which is not much better at attacking Mom specifically. I mean, it would be shooting instead of just rotating around, but the rotation does almost all the damage anyway. We're gonna be out of here with way more than enough time. Take the Polaroid, deal with the devil. Not a good opportunity to use credit card. We will save credit card for a future deal with the devil. Or maybe an opportunity... it sucked. Maybe an opportunity on the shop to... on the hush fight, I guess. To buy everything, but we'll see. Shoot the Whip is okay, but not good enough. My best friend, not even okay. Then we got Headless Baby and Mysterious Liquid. As much as Headless Baby would be good for us to get more familiars and double them, I quite like Mysterious Liquid, just for a little bit of extra damage, combined with that creep effect, which isn't always useful, but when it is, it's quite nice. Admittedly, though, Headless Baby would have been awesome for this room. You know, to just be able to put so much creep behind us as we made like 30 different familiars, well, not different, 30 of the same familiars, would have been sweet. Especially because they'd be so far in the line behind one another that they'd really cover like the entire map, but... To be honest with you, after this room, it would probably start to feel a lot less useful, so... We're already pretty much disgustingly overpowered here on Boss Rush. We should stop popping Box of Friends. Maybe not soon, but in like 5 or 6 waves. Stack them up, stack them up! Are you kidding me, man? All of our little brims are so separated. There, this is the good stuff. We want to get them all in a straight line. Unfortunately, to get your little brims in a straight line, that means you have to walk in a straight line for, like, the entire width of the level multiple times. There we go. The longer we can stand still, the better. Well, that's unfortunate. Life goes on. If we don't move too much, it won't separate them too much. We've moved a lot. Still, even if we're only hitting with, like, consistently 3 of the little brimstones or something, that's still pretty good. I think I'm gonna stop doubling now, just because, I mean, we're never gonna hit diminishing returns, really, with this kind of setup that we've got right here. But we might as well, save some of our HP, or sorry, some of our charge for the next floor. We do still want to do the hush fight. I mean, you always want to do the hush fight if you can fit it in and the game actually runs that long. There we go. The problem for us is that we're only going to be able to pop Box of Friends once on the hush fight, in all likelihood anyway. And double little brim, it's decent, but it's not going to do a whole hell of a lot of damage against the hush. I mean, our own damage is pretty piss poor, so that hush fight is going to take a while. Well, it's not like I'm on a time limit or anything, you know, it takes as long as it takes. Speaking of which, Boss Rush is taking a little longer than I thought it would as well, but maybe I quit with the rerolls, or the spacebar plays a little too early. Okay. We got plenty of spirit hearts here. Bounce was good enough. Alright, we're at full HP, down to the next floor. We are lacking the mind, unfortunately, and the body cannot live without the mind. That's just not true in an Isaac context. Curse of the Labyrinth. Hopefully we get to deal with the devil here. Otherwise, as is so often the case, credit card is going to be, like, functionally completely worthless for me, which is embarrassing, because you're always like, is this good enough to use credit card? Is this good enough? And then you don't use it, and you're like, well, it turns out that any of those situations definitely would have been good enough compared to 0. Well, bomb and a key for a bomb and a key. If we find our boss fights early on this floor, it's gonna hurt. I'm surprised we didn't get hit 3 times, honestly. If we find the boss rooms early on this floor, that was horrible damage. Mostly I'll just count myself lucky, and I'll head straight down to the Hush fight, I think. But this room in particular really highlighted how little damage we're doing, and how integral little Brimstone is to our actual chances for success here. I've always said, or at least often said, that little Brimstone is about good enough to carry you to Mom's heart. Admittedly, it's not just little Brim here. We got other stuff on the go, but we're about to put that theory to the test, especially if we do end up doing Hush. And now I say if we end up doing Hush, just in case we have like a catastrophic loss of HP. Which could happen. I mean, I don't expect to really get more than a few Spirit Hearts on this floor. More than a few hearts when I miss tinted rocks all the time, and then I begin dreaming. Wow, okay. This happens every now and then. You gotta tell yourself, NL, slow your roll. You're taking dumb damage. You've got no excuse to take. That time I don't feel bad about the damage at all. Because the knockback happened that I couldn't have been expected to predict. But most of the damage on this floor has been pretty preventable. We've gone from 12 HP to 6 HP in record time. And that is not Box of Friends. Well, the soul just saved me from taking damage from that doppelganger when we walked in here. Thank you, Dry Baby. There is a Tinted Rock. 2 Spirit Hearts, man. 2 Spirit Hearts. 1 Spirit Heart is okay. Two battery charges. It would be awesome if we could somehow get the, well, more battery charges. If we could somehow get the ability to get 2 plays of the Box of Friends in the Hush fight. Here's what I'm thinking. Is that worth a key? Probably. If we just have a 3rd level Bandage Girl, I'd say we're pretty much set for survival. All I have to do is dodge, and I'll have a few Dry Babies to hide behind. Oh my lord. Well, we got our Spirit Heart back. Still, though. Apparently Dry Baby does no damage to those guys. That's my ideal room. If you could just give me some more of those, that'd be good. Judas's tongue is actually completely irrelevant because of our credit card pickup. So, can't help but think that from a map perspective, we're kind of working our way back towards where we started. Thought that maybe could be our second secret room. It certainly feels like we've gone in the same direction that we began in. But with Amnesia, it's hard to tell. 7 HP is a functional amount of HP for a Hush fight, but we're kind of getting close to the wire here. Alright, 77 cents. This is a room we've already been to. 77 cents I'm mostly excited for because of the swag bonus. Now, I think going to the right is going to be smart for us, assuming this is not our dead end zone. But this is going to be a long floor, so we might as well, you know, stay prepared. Bomb for a battery charge. Smoking a pancake. If you live in the Netherlands, has the character... Oh, there's the boss fights. Has the character of Goldmember negatively affected you in any way? You may be entitled to compensation. Please contact us at this number for our class action lawsuit. Has anyone ever offered you a bong and a blintz just because you're Dutch? Or accused you of eating your own skin flakes? We're taking this bastard Mike Myers down. Should not have used the Box of Friends charge there. Thank you, Soul, for saving me from getting hit. Using Box of Friends hopefully won't prove catastrophic, but it does mean that I might have to only use Little Brimstone to kill the Hush, which, if we survived, would still take, like, 10 minutes. Okay, Double Dry Baby is getting the job done. As much as I wish it didn't have to, because it's slow. Oh, that is not a good time to be pressing. Second Dry Baby. I believe we should be done now. Okay, deal with the devil. We did get a deal with the devil, please. Credit card. Alright, fine. We saved 1 HP with credit card and then replaced 2 hearts with black hearts. Pentagram is good. Down to the next floor. I'm hoping there's a battery and then like a 9-volt and a battery charge in our shop here. But let's see our items first. Everyone says when I take number 1, I ruin my run. They might be right in this case. Well, this is just fantastic. Dead Bird or Isaac's Heart. Tell you one thing, we're not taking Isaac's Heart. So starter deck gives us the Empress, which is great. Temperance, which is probably worthless here. One makes you larger. Apparently does not affect your hitbox. So I've been sweating that for no reason. Guppy's Head is good. Was there a battery charge on this? No, there was not. Well, with Isaac's Heart, you can play the Temperance card infinitely, but I don't think that's what we want at all. Maybe we wait to pick up something there, because I would like number 1, but I don't want to get too close to enemies. There's a lot of HP with which to play Temperance, but I don't really care about winning right now. Like, well, I care about winning the run. I don't care about winning, like a blood bag or an IV bag. So at least we've got Whore of Babylon active, but unfortunately 1 little Brimstone. Hey, I'm 1 little Brimstone. This is going to take forever, though. So prepare yourself. Go get a snack. I mean, if you've seen me fight the Hush 30 or 40 times before, then I'd recommend you do it again. I gotta say, though, I hope that people weren't disappointed with the daily. Not my performance on the daily, but the literal daily itself. Like, I think it's been kind of a fun one. Certainly a little bit of an unusual Judas run. Normally you end up just stacking up those Book of Belial plays floor after floor, and we're not doing that at all. But I've enjoyed myself here. I'm also really happy I did Boss Rush and took Mysterious Liquid, which might be at least doing some creep damage here. And the Soul is exquisite here when it comes to blocking damage as well. Or at least preventing us from being in a position where we could take damage. If you just abuse it a little bit. It's not really abusing it. It's actually more just like utilizing it effectively. Like push shots away from you actively as they come in. Especially if they're slow moving, then it's really, really effective. And I think for continuum shots, it could work for us well as well, but, you know, we'll see. Dude, I'm so sick of these fucking flies. They're so tanky. This is actually not taking quite as long as I thought. Are we really gonna take number 1? I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. If there had been another passive item in there, I probably would have taken it, but because there's no passive item, we're either taking number 1 or effectively nothing. And number 1 does raise your rate of fire greatly. I think it's the absolute right decision to not take it against the Hush, because we're going to have to stand right next to his scrotum in order to deal any damage. Thank you, Infamy. But for post-Hush play, it could be relevant. And now we actually kind of have to think about, you know, what happens in our future here. It may be best for us to just, I thought that we were being the smartest people in the world. It may be best for us to, just try to take as little damage as possible on this Hush fight and hope for self-sacrifice on the next floor. And if that works out, we may have a genuine chance at a top 100 run. And I mean that. Those are a rarity for me. But they should be. I mean, that's still like top 1 in 1,000, basically. The top 0.1% per run. But I think that we've played enough. We played positively enough on this run to have a chance at it. Just trying to keep Little Brim lined up. Flies are annoying, but thanks to piercing shots, at least our damage from that and Little Brim is still getting through. There we go. The most annoying thing on the Hush fight is when you've got a bead on him and then he chooses to just, you know, duck under and stay there for 20 years. Come on, dog. Now, we do have a Spirit Heart available in our shop, so I'm thinking that we're basically 1 away from full HP right now. And I also think that with the amount of red hearts down there, we may have a decent shot at getting to full HP because of our Temperance card. So I'm not at all worried about our HP right now. I think we could realistically have full or near full HP by the next floor. Stay on target. Stay on target. Oh, don't stay on target. Move slightly right to the target. There we go. Just deflect the shots back. You're going to make a safe area for yourself to stand in the center of the disaster piece here. There you go. Let's go buy the Spirit Heart from our shop. Don't need to buy the bomb. Don't need to buy the key. It paid out with IV bag? That's not what I wanted at all. We might as well do that. Well, let's put it this way. We might as well keep playing as long as we get red hearts out of it. But we should leave on a half heart, so do that. There you go. I think that, and you know what? There's another full heart of, or at least consisting of a full heart in that next room, so we might as well try one more. There you go. That gave us at least a few more points. I'm going to take number 1. Let's see what our range looks like. It's bad. I'm not going to dispute that. But Little Brim is still, you know, Big Daddy here. Oh, there's another Spirit Heart. I fucked up my heart intervals, but that's okay. Alright. This could be the end of the run. But I hope that there is a sacrifice room, because we can totally take advantage of it. And we can use our keys, like... That's gonna hurt. We can use our keys as much as we want here. It really doesn't matter to us at all. Until we run out. But it's not like we're gonna, you know, prevent ourselves from getting any on the chest. And even if we teleport, we're teleporting to the dark room, so we're just gonna get red chests. Where there's a literal chance of us becoming Guppy. Yeah, there's our half heart. Okay. I really do think that unless I've missed a teleportation or like some kind of like Sackboy IV bag kind of shenanigans, we probably have a good chance of being in the top, I would say like top 300 right now. But I think that a sacrifice room and having the HP necessary to use it could elevate us even beyond that. But I have, you know, gone down that road before and been like, hey, I think this daily's gonna be really good. And then I see the score that we get, and I'm like, actually, it was fucking horrible. Like, or not horrible usually, but like, it didn't rank well relative to the norm. And then you're like, oh yeah, it turns out if you just went to the self-sacrifice room and pushed on the button in the center, you got teleported to the lamb fight. So how could you have known? Curse room is interesting. I feel like I would like to go to it, but I'm only going to go to it if we have so much HP that we're like above full HP. Like there's Spirit Hearts on the ground we can't use. Or we would go to it after we found a self-sacrifice room. But if we don't find a self-sacrifice room on the entire floor, then there's no reason for us to go to the curse room because we'll have cleared out the entire floor already. So hopefully you see my conundrum to some extent here. The curse room is only valuable for us in a very rare subset of scenarios that kind of overlap one another. In all likelihood, we will not go to it, I think. Because it frightens me. And we're 2 items away from becoming Guppy, so it's not like it's a guaranteed good setup or anything like that. Slightly more swag bonus. Do you think this is a secret room? I believe so. No, alright. I was trying to trick you. You almost got me there. And by that I mean, I almost got myself. Congratulations, I got myself. It is kind of like, I think for an average, or compared to the average daily, it's relatively underpowered as well. So I can understand maybe if people are, I don't want to say disillusioned, but maybe disappointed with the power level of today's daily. But for whatever reason, maybe because I decided to go a little off the rails with it, it's been pretty fun. Yesterday's daily could have been fun too. Epic Fetus as the Lost in your first item room, but then there was like a number 1 pip room on the next floor, and I just decided it would make such a great story if it actually worked out. Unfortunately, it did not. And you're gonna say, well, why are you spoiling the daily? Well, because, you know, you can look at the runtime yourself and see that, you know, about 11 minutes in, things start to look a little different. Like we're not playing as the Lost anymore, hypothetically. Coming to terms with the facts, it seems there is unlikely to be a sacrifice room on this floor. That's alright. I mean, life goes on. If there's not a self-sacrifice room, there's not a self-sacrifice room for anybody. And I still think if you... Oh, thank you, Infamy. If you took this self-sacrifice room on the womb, or it might have been the depths too, even, you're not going to be in a good position. I think you're going to end up screwing yourself as a result of that. At least you're going to end up with suboptimal points, I think. Well, that was awful damage. Let's go fight Isaac. I've been waiting for this moment my whole life. I just realized that the silkworms you get from my shadow don't actually double with Box of Friends. So I guess they don't count as a familiar. Which I can understand from a game perspective. I mean, you don't have them all the time, so maybe they don't count in the same category. I kind of thought they would, though. Still trying not to get hit here, so even though our orbital might be, like, objectively our best damage dealer, I'm going to not use it because I don't want to compromise our ability to use a hypothetical self-sacrifice room that may exist, but if we're being honest, probably does not. Okay. I would say that's probably extremely likely to be the end of today's daily. Let's go check out what is probably like one of our last 3 or 4 rooms up here. And it looks like our score is probably going to be in like the 36, 37,000 range. Oh, it's just like literally our last room. Alright, well now we just have to hope that we didn't make a mistake by passing up the self-sacrifice room earlier. I'm pretty sure we didn't. I've got a decent handle on that economy, I think, now. Again, no point to the self-sacrifice room, or sorry, no point to the curse room, I think. Unless somehow there's a teleportation to a deal with the devil that also teleports us to the lamb floor, the dark room, but I don't think that's like a literal possibility. So we're pretty much just exiting here. 36, 37, 37,000. Ranked 73rd. Yeah, honestly, I felt pretty confident about the way that was going. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.